What is happening, tabletop gamers? My name is LeunameGames, and welcome back to LeunameGames. Finally, after quite a bit, not quite a bit, about a week, but I'm here now, and I finally have a chance to share my thoughts on a two-player card game, Lost Cities by Reiner Knizia, and published by Kosmos. Now, since this is a review, I'm not going to go over every single role in the game. I will, however, give you a brief explanation of how this works for those of you that are interested. However, if you are interested in the full rules of this game, you can click the link in the description. I have a tutorial video up that you can watch and learn the full thing. So in this game, you and your opponent are quote-unquote traveling to the corners of the world trying to find lost cities, hence the name. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to score points by playing cards down in sequence, trying to get your cards above 20 in as many different columns as you can, so you can score points at the end of the game, and whoever has the most points wins. So, what are my thoughts on Lost Cities? The theme of this game, while it's a cool concept, I always like the idea of exploring areas and trying to discover things, but in this game, it's completely pasted on. And there is just no theme in this game at all. But it's kind of hard to expect theme, considering this is a game from Reiner Knizia. Knizia is pretty well known for designing games with what I and some others call pasted-on themes. The components of this game are really nothing to talk about, pretty much. It's just a board and a deck of cards. That's all there is to it. The artwork for this game is very well done. I very much enjoy it. It looks very beautiful. The board itself looks very nice, especially with the individual colors. They look very well detailed. The artwork on the cards, especially beautiful. I adore this artwork, especially with the idea of with the different card values. It actually progresses the further you get it into your set until you reach your 10, which is the actual city. The basic mechanisms are really simple. It's just simple card play. You play a card or discard a card, depending on what you want to do, and then you just draw a card. Nothing else. You just play and draw. Play and draw. But one thing I really enjoy about this game is actually the tension that can kind of build between the players as you're playing and drawing. Because what happens is, you have 8 cards in your hand, and you're playing cards down trying to score for you, but you're also drawing cards that your opponent is likely going to want. And you get into these situations to where you find yourself thinking, oh man, there's 3 greens there, I have a whole lot of greens, but do I take them now? Because if I take them now, it's going to alert to them that I want that color. But if I don't take it anymore, I'm not going to be able to get any points. Or you reach a situation of, you know what, I really don't have any chance going for yellow, but I cannot discard this 5 because you are going for 5. And if I play that 5 in the discard pile, you are going to take it. And it's this really nice push and pull feeling where you have to be able to try and get cards that you want, but you also want to be careful when discarding, because you want to make sure you're discarding cards that your opponent does not want. As you discard a card your opponent does want, you might be thinking, oh, well, I just won't discard these cards then. But you gotta keep in mind, though, if you don't discard them, they're also gonna fill up your hand. So you have to discard something, because you need to be able to clear your hand out to get the cards that you actually do want. And it's this really nice back and forth between the players, and this push and pull of when you think is the best time into play and when's the best time to discard. Because when it comes to this game, you need to keep in mind that once you play a card down, the only cards that you can play are cards of a higher number. So you need to be careful when you play your cards. Mechanisms overall, very simple mechanisms. You just play a card and draw, but the ideas of when's the best time to play, when's the best time to discard, should I discard at all? It just really adds a great level of tension and conflict between the players to the game. The game is also kind of stressful at some points, mainly when you're worried about getting all the cards that you want for a certain thing. The biggest example of this is when you play a green 5 and then you have a green 8 or 9 and you're holding on to that green 8 or 9 from turn after turn after turn, trying to get others, and you essentially just go, there are no others. Either he has them, or they're just too far down, so I have to do this. You play he an 8 or a 9, you draw off 6 or 7. Ah! It is just so irritating when that happens, because you're basically just wasted a card, especially if you played your 10. That's especially frustrating, and because when you play a 10, no more numbers can be played on that column. So if you wait for a while and incorrectly place that 10 and your total does not get 20 points, guess what? You're losing points on that column no matter what. The game's not that hard to teach at all. Well, like I said, the basic rules are play a card and then draw a card. The most complex thing is actually the scoring itself, because you want to make sure you have point totals in each column, or as many columns as you can, to actually equal 20 or more to actually be earning points for yourself. This game is not hard to teach at all. I have taught this game to everybody in my game group, and even people that are not in my game group, and they were able to easily understand the concepts of the game, and everyone I've played with has had a very fun experience. One negative thing that I would have about this game is the fact that there is a fair amount of luck involved, because it really all depends on the card draw. You could be dealt, like, say for example, you have an entire half hand of blue. You play those cards then and there because you're able to, and then you never get any more blues for the rest of the game. And you have basically just been wasting time playing down cards and trying to get others, only to find that you just lost points at the end. If you don't mind the luck factor, however, this is a very simple card game that you can sit down and play with pretty much anybody, and they might like it, they might not. They might be put off by the luck factor, or they might be put off by the math concept. But if you can get by those two things, this is a game that I would highly recommend. I've played it with everybody in my game group, and everyone has enjoyed it. I've played it with non-gamers, and they've enjoyed it. I have had a ton of success with this game, and it's one that I personally very much enjoy. I always enjoy playing it. Overall, Lost Cities is a game that I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a simple game to play with someone that you want to play with, whether it is a gamer or a non-gamer, whoever you want. If you want a very, very simple card game, this is one I would definitely recommend. I'm going to give Lost Cities a 9 out of 10. So those are my thoughts on Lost Cities. With all that being said, I want to know what your thoughts are on the game. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or are you somewhere in the middle? Let me know in the comments below and we can have a little discussion about it. Thank you all as always so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, like I said, if you want to know the full rules of the game, you can click the link in the description. You can check out my tutorial on it. Also, if you want more videos and you like video games, there's a link in the description that you can go check out my other channel, youtube.com/LeunameVid. Thank you as always so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later!